Okay, in this video, I will describe how to perform the manual muscle test for the rhomboids major and minor, which are going to perform the motions at the scapula of scapular adduction and downward rotation. So my patient's gonna be in a prone position. I'm gonna ask him to place his hand at the small of his back, palm up. Can you do that for me? Good. So I've already assessed the active range of motion on his unaffected side, his left. I've already checked out motion, his active range of motion on his right, and I've checked out active range of motion while I'm palpating at the rhomboids. So now I'm gonna move into the resisted test. In this position, what I'm gonna ask him to do is lift his palm away from the small of his back. And you can see his scapula moves into that position of adduction and downward rotation. Eric, I want you to hold this position strongly. I'm gonna stabilize at the contralateral scapula, and my resistance is gonna be in a downward force and an outward force. So I'm gonna apply my resistance just proximal to the elbow. It's gonna be at the distal humerus. So hold nice and strong for me, Eric. Hold, 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 hold. So relax for me. If he can hold that against maximal resistance, that would be a grade of 5. If he can hold against moderate resistance, that would be a grade of 4. If he's able to go through that motion, but he can take no resistance as I apply that force, that'd be a grade of 3. For grades of 2 and 1, I'm gonna change and I'm gonna move him into a gravity minimized position, which is gonna be sitting up. So Eric, can I have a sit on the edge of the table for me? And what I'm gonna do, luckily he's quite tall and his feet hit the ground, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move him lower so that his feet are supported in this position. And as I perform the gravity eliminated muscle test for grade of 1 or 2, I'm gonna ask him to try to come into the same position, hand at the small of his back. But in this position, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cradle the arm. As I'm doing this actually, I will probably do this with the opposite arm, but I'm showing it in this kind of awkward position just so you can see where I'm palpating. So I'm gonna support the weight of the arm. I'm also gonna palpate at this medial scapular border for the rhomboids activity. So Eric, while I'm supporting the weight of your arm, can you bring your shoulder blade towards the middle of your back, and can you lift your hand off the back? Good. So if he's able to do that, and you can see that scapula downwardly rotate and adduct, so he's able to perform that motion as I support his arm, that's a 2. If he's not able to perform that motion, but I can feel muscle contraction, that's a grade of 1. And if I don't feel any muscle activity, that's a grade of 0.